Now I'm going to talk to you about the COR creatine made by CelluCor. Creatine has been the most clinically studied nutritional ingredient in the world. In fact, there's naturally occurring creatine in your muscle tissue right now. By supplementing with additional creatine, you're going to see increases in strength and in power. Most importantly, your customers are going to get results. So creatine has been very well studied and proven to help increase strength, power, and lean muscle. The biggest confusion is, how do customers consume creatine? Usually there's a loading phase in the first week, which would be 4 scoops a day of 5 grams of creatine for the first week. And then after that, you'd back down to a 1 scoop or 5 grams twice a day dosage. Creatine can be added to anything because creatine is flavorless and odorless. The one interesting thing to note to your customers is creatine is not soluble. No matter which way you slice it or no matter which way you shake it, the creatine is never going to fully dissolve in the water. It simply isn't soluble. Remember, that's why we use creatine nitrate in C4. The creatine that I'm showing you here that's flavorless and odorless is creatine monohydrate. So I've shaken that up and it looks dissolved, but I'm going to let it sit for a minute and continue to talk to you about how creatine works. Creatine works by giving a phosphate group to creatine phosphate. So as creatine phosphate turns into adenine diphosphate, the creatine breaks off, donates the phosphate group into making an ATP molecule. ATP is your body's energy molecule. So creatine has been suggested that it gives cellular energy. So when you read the container to your customer, you don't want to talk about this energy the same as C4 or some other stimulant-based products. This is going to give your cells energy and the ability to do more work. Now, as you can see, the creatine is not totally dissolved. It's kind of on the bottom there. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. But creatine can easily be added to any protein shake. In fact, that's how I consume my creatine, is I'll do 1 scoop of the COR whey just after I work out with a scoop of creatine. And for breakfast, I do 1 scoop of casein with 1 scoop of creatine. So there's a lot of different ways you can take creatine. It's really your customer's preference. But the bottom line is, when a customer wants strength, power, or lean mass, creatine is the way to go.